Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here. I want to thank you for tuning in for another cooking episode, and today we are going to make pan-seared shrimp with a black bean mango salsa. And I tell you, we made this and it soared right to the top of the list of one of our favorite meals. So stick around and I'll show you exactly how to make it. Okay, I got all the ingredients out on my counter here, and this is just for the salsa. Okay, it is still quite early in the day, but I want to make the salsa so it can actually sit and meld and mingle and the flavors really intertwine with each other. That's the best way to do a salsa. They've got to sit and come together, okay? So I've got everything laid out just for the salsa. Okay, to start, we got, of course, a can of black beans, and we will drain and rinse the liquid off of the black beans. I've got about a medium-sized mango. Now, I have not done a whole lot with mango, so I really have no practical experience on peeling and cutting it, so we'll see how it goes. I've got a red pepper here. We'll just chop that up. 2 green onions. We'll just slice that up. I've got some cilantro here. I only need about a tablespoon of cilantro, and we'll just chop that up. Now I got 2 limes. I'm going to zest at least 1 because I need a total of 1 teaspoon of zest. And then for the salsa, I only need half a teaspoon of the zest. The other half will actually go for the shrimp. I need a tablespoon of red wine vinegar and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I actually want to peel the mango here. I'm going to cut off just a little bit of the end. I'm trying not to cut too deep. Try to get off all that green. Now the problem with these things as you're working with them is the flesh is actually quite slick. So you gotta be careful that you don't squeeze it out of your hand and cut your finger. Okay, so there we go. It's all peeled up. Okay, now the pit on a mango is actually very fibrous. It's not like a peach pit or anything like that. So it's really different to try to cut by and cut through. Okay. So I'm going to try to stand it up. Make a shallow cut. Make another shallow cut on the other side. And you'll feel it when you hit it because it is hard. But yeah, it's just really fibrous. It's not like a solid pit. Oh. Okay, you can see that little white there. That's part of it right there. So yeah, just kind of work your way around steadily. You notice I'm not cutting off a lot of big chunks here because you kind of can't. Okay. Try to skin off a few more pieces here. Like I said, it's very slippery to work with. And I think that's going to be it. Now these bigger pieces I will slice. And kind of get them all lined up here a little bit. Then I'll just chop them that way. And that's pretty much it. Then I'm going to take my chopped up mango and just put it right in my little bowl here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up my red pepper. Okay, stick these aside. They're about maybe 1/4 inch slices, thereabout. Just a nice little chunk. Turn it all sideways and then dice it. Okay, so there's our red pepper, and again, just throw it in our bowl. Messy, messy. All right, now for the cilantro. I only really want the leaves. I really don't want any of the big stems. So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to pick them all off. All right, I think that's going to be enough. Just kind of scrape it all into a pile here. And then we'll just chop through it all. Both directions. Go through it a couple of times. And there we go. You now have chopped cilantro. And again, just add it to my bowl. All right, next thing I want to do is zest my limes. And a helpful hint here, put down a piece of plastic wrap on your grater. That way it makes cleaning this a lot easier. The zest doesn't really stick to the grater, it sticks to the plastic. So just go around. Now remember, I'm wanting a full teaspoon of this zest. You don't want to go too far, because if you start hitting the white pith, you start getting bitter compounds into your zest. You don't want that. Okay. Now what you do is you just peel off the plastic. See, there's almost nothing there. There's a little bit of green, but nothing. That's a whole lot easier to clean off than if you didn't put that plastic on there. Now this is probably only half the teaspoon that I need. So there it is right there. I'm gonna put that in my bowl. There's a bunch more. I'm going to leave that for the shrimp. I think I'm going to grate a little bit of this other one. Just to get a little more zest for the shrimp. Okay, I think that'll be enough for the shrimp. I'll scrape that off the plastic. Alright, so there we go. That will be for my shrimp later. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to half these limes. And I'm going to use the juice out of both limes. Put your hand underneath to catch any seeds. Okay, that's one. You're looking for about 2 tablespoons of juice. So if you don't want to actually juice limes and you want to use the bottled stuff, you can. But you need 2 tablespoons of it. All right, there's my limes. I can toss the rest of this. All right, the last thing we need to cut up are the green onions. I'm going to cut off some of the dry stuff here. And that's about it. I don't want the white part, I just want the green stuff. Put that in my bowl. Okay, that's all the cutting I need, so I'll just get rid of the mat for now. This is my red wine vinegar. I need a tablespoon. That's all I need of that. And then my cayenne pepper. And only need a scant 1/4 teaspoon. So just like that, 1/4 teaspoon. Of course, you can change that how you want it. If you want it hotter, make it hotter, add more. If you don't want it that hot, hold some back. All right, what I want to do now is take my black beans and get them drained off. And then just rinse them with cold water. Now I'm just going to let these drip for a second. In the meantime, I'm going to rinse out my can so I can put it in my recycling. Okay, now my beans are dripped dry a little bit. Put them in the salsa. And grab a spoon. And we'll just give this a bit of a toss. Now you notice I have not added any salt to this. Not that I'm having to keep to the low sodium thing because Jen is working tonight, but there's actually so much natural flavor in here, you don't really need the salt. I think a lot of chefs over salt their food. I really do. Now what I'll do, that's good. Everything looks like it's all mixed up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slap a cover on this, stick it in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it tonight. Okay guys, that was it. We got the salsa all made up. Now I don't have anything to do until probably about maybe 20 minutes before dinner time. I'll start the marinade for the shrimp, okay? I'll see you then. Okay everybody, it is now dinner time and I want to start marinating my shrimp. It only takes like 15 minutes to sit in the marinade, okay? And this is a real quick, easy cook. So let's get into it. I got everything on the counter. Okay, let me show you what I got here. I've got 1 pound of uncooked deveined and shelled shrimp. Okay, these are 10-20 shrimp. 10-20 shrimp means that it takes 10 to 20 of them to make a full pound. I'm going to need a tablespoon of oil. That is the grated lime zest that I did earlier. Being that I used all my limes for my salsa, I've got to use the real lime zest or the real lime juice in the bottle. I've got pre-ground ginger because I don't have any ginger root in the house. So this is a ginger paste that I will use. I need a teaspoon of that. I also need a teaspoon of garlic, and I'm getting pretty low on my garlic too. Okay, so what my plan is that being that my shrimp is already in this quart size bag, I am just going to measure everything and put it right in this bag, give it a little toss around, and then just put it in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. So I need a tablespoon. Let's stand this bag up. I want to pour over the bag in case I spill a little bit. I'm going to measure out a tablespoon of oil. Okay, here's my oil. Here is my lime zest. Shake up my bottle here. And another tablespoon of lime juice. Hopefully I've got a teaspoon in here. Like I said, hopefully I got a teaspoon in here. There we go. There's my teaspoon of ginger. I'll probably just throw the rest of that away. And a teaspoon of garlic. That's all I need. Now what I'll do is I'll just zip this closed. Make sure that it's zipped closed. I've had many bags open up on me. And now I'll just rub this around gently. You don't want to be too rough with it. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and just let it marinate for 15 minutes. Okay guys, so I've only got like a couple more minutes on the marinade of the shrimp. So I'm going to start getting my pan preheated. Now this is those Michelangelo pots that I got. And one of the care instructions say that I am not supposed to preheat the pan without oil or food or something in the pan. Well, I'm sorry, but you can't always do that. You got to be able to preheat a pan sometimes before you put something in it. And this is one of those situations. So I am preheating the pan to about a 6.5 on my dial. That's a medium high. Go between like a 6, 7, maybe up to an 8, but I really don't think you should go past that. Shrimp cook very fast, but I don't want you to burn it either. Now, that pan says that I'm not supposed to use anything metal in it, okay? So the tongs that I have, these little dinky things, have a silicone cover on the end, so I should be able to use this without any issue. All right, that's starting to feel pretty good. I'm gonna go get the shrimp. All right, here are the shrimp. And I am just going to literally dump them right in the pan. Spread them around a little bit so they're not stacked up on each other. And you're given these 5 minutes tops on just 2.5 on one side, 2.5 on the other. That's all these need. Okay, that's about 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna go through and just start flipping them all over. One of the things I like about this recipe too is just how easy it converts to a single person's diet. So if you want to make this just for one person, it's so easy just to cut ingredients down and make it for one person. Okay, just another couple of minutes and these are done. I suppose I could pull out the salsa that we made, right? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so I got the salsa out of the fridge and gave it a stir, and oh man, the smell. Oh, the mango and those peppers with the lime. Oh man, that's good stuff. All right, guys, that's it. Another 2.5 minutes are done. Okay, now to dish up, all we're gonna do is make a little bed of salsa here. Now this recipe feeds about 4 people, so you can use a quarter of the salsa, okay? Don't go stingy on it. And then just put the shrimp right on the top. Okay guys, here we go. Seared shrimp with a black bean and mango salsa. God, it's so cool. You have the hot shrimp from being seared mixed with that cold salsa. God, it's really nice. And the lime flavor just is explosive because we used fresh limes. God, that is really good. One of the things I like about this too, it's so simple that you can taste every ingredient. And a lot of times you go to a restaurant nowadays and they put so many seasonings in it, so many herbs, so many spices, so many different vegetables and aromatics and whatnot. It's hard to identify any one particular thing. That's not the case with this one. I'm serious. You guys gotta try these. This is amazing stuff. And like I said, when I was cooking off the shrimp, it's so easy to convert this to for a single person, okay? Only use a 1/4 pound of shrimp, you know, just a teaspoon of oil, a teaspoon of lemon juice or lime juice. You know, make those simple little conversions just for a single recipe. God, it's so good. The mushiness of the black beans with the crispness of the red pepper. Got that little hint of the green onion in there. Of course, the cilantro is like all over the place too. All right, well, if I don't go to sit down to eat, I'm going to sit here and eat it in front of you, and you don't want to see that. So this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next week. We're going to go on a hike. I want to go out on the Ice Age Trail, but it's one of those things, I don't know what the trail conditions are going to be like, so I got to be really careful on where I go and when I go. So we'll get out for something. I just don't know exactly where. I'm hoping the Ice Age Trail. Oh, and I know I normally don't say this, but if you like the video, hit the like button. You know, if you like my content, subscribe. And if you want to follow the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon, and that way you get the notifications and all that stuff, okay? All right, I'll see you guys on the road. Bye.